ahead.
Scavenger. Who we are? We are Kelt PR, and we were established at Panera on a rainy day in Morgantown. Our mission is to help local small businesses reach out to the community.
The way that we got Kelt is actually the first initial of our name. Kevin, Evan, Eric, and Trisha. So, just a little clarification.
Alright.
So, I'm Kevin, I'm the client relations person.
I'm Lynn, I'm the planning.
I'm Eric, and I'm the media relations.
And I'm Trisha, and I do promotion.
Alright, so our audience was the Morgantown residents, AVI students, and people familiar with mobile application gaming. And we chose these people because we wanted to reach out to them because we felt like they would be the most interested in this application. They would gain the most out of it. Yeah. Our initial response, well, it was pretty hard at first to figure out where we were going to go because we had to differentiate between corporations and small businesses.
Essentially, the problem was with with small businesses thriving in such a tough economy right now. We had to differentiate. Okay, so we couldn't use Walmart, we couldn't use Target because we would have had to go through multiple levels of corporation and different levels of trying to get approval. So it was hard to figure out which people to go to.
Also, we tried contacting companies or businesses through phone calls, but they were not responding back, or we'd leave a message and they say they call us back and they just wouldn't. So we found it easier to just go to places in person and try to talk to the managers and all that and set up, get them to sign up for it there. And some places, like we went to Ashbrook, and they just didn't want a part of it. They thought that they didn't need any of the promotions. They already had enough business as it was. So
it was very discouraging.
Yeah.
But these are actually the clients that we got. As you can see, variety of different things. Anything from you have game day apparel with the book exchange or university tees. You have your kind of high-end boutiques as Vance Blues, Park and Madison, or Connie and Frank's. And we also were able to get a jewelry store as well, Joyce's Jewelry Boutique. So the book exchange, I was actually dealing with him personally, Matt Livingood. He was actually really excited when I walked in. He was, very eager, wanted to actually start right then and there. And I said, hold on a second. We gotta, set up stuff. I'll come back. And he was just like, all right. So the next day when I came back, he had already went upon himself and did it, set up everything. And he was like, but I have to pay. And I was like, no, I told you you don't have to pay. You go for free with us. So he was, very excited. We created various challenges. You can't really see it because it's small, but like some of them were like take a picture with their giant inflatable Bubba. That was 2 points there. The workers actually had on their t-shirts QR codes, and so you could take a picture and get the little message there, and then you would get 2 points for that. Textbook rental is basically kind of an open response. What do you think of the textbook rental? What would you change about it, etc. And then there was a couple of trivia. There was a trivia question, basically who was the voice of the Mountaineers, with that picture there, and we all know it was Jack Fleming. And they also have their notorious Beat Pit sign that's hanging up in the store, so you would take a picture with that and get points. Right now, we are currently working on our rewards. He was getting approval from his boss actually, so I'm going back actually tomorrow to figure that out. The other place that we signed up to was University Tees. Again, very eager to sign up. She actually wanted to use more social media that she already does right now to promote her business. Basically some basic stuffs where, a new shirt idea, kind of design your own shirt, open response there, and go into the store and find your favorite shirt. If you've been in University Tees, there's plenty of different shirt options out there, and just so much to choose from. And then the reward that we established was a save big. 25 points got you 25% off your purchase. Next on the list is Joyce's jewelry boutique. The guy was very young, so he understood, you know, the hardships with college and presentations and projects and all that. So he was right off the bat willing to help. It was phone tag a little bit going back and forth with him, but we were able to manage a meeting time. Basically he said, I don't care what you do with it, just make me look good. So I had this at my own hands, and I basically, you know, created different challenges, and he was basically the only reward he was willing to do was 20 points and 20% off the whole store. It was excluding Pandora. So, but you know, some of the challenges included, you know, once you buy a Christmas gift, take a picture of it, you get points there. You could design your own jewelry. They actually did that a lot. And also, if you try on a piece of jewelry. So that's what he was okay with. And, you know, I had fun designing them and thinking of those.
Well, next we have is Park in Madison. They just opened, actually last week they had their big opening, and they are working with Fans Blues, which is the other business that we got signed up. But Park in Madison is a more higher end boutique, so the rewards are still pending from the owner because they're just so overwhelmed with the openings that they have and getting everything set. But some of the things, since they still need to hire people, you fill out an application, take a picture. That's one of the challenges that you can do, because they definitely need more people, because now just the managers are working for them and they kind of want people to promote them more, so that's why they want Scavenger to sign up. Like the outfits there, that's another challenge. What's your favorite outfit that you like? They have so many things there. I mean, it's a higher end store, but their clothes are really cute, so they wanted just to say what their perfect little outfit was. And if you buy something, all these will add up, and I'm sure, because what they did for Vans Blues, I'm sure they'll do the same for Park in Madison, because they just really want people, especially college students, since their stuff is more higher end and more expensive, they'll probably do more percents off, just because they want people and students to buy their clothes. And this is the other store, Vans Blues, that they're working with, the same manager, owners. This Vans Blues has been around a little more, and when I went in, they're very antsy to get on board. The survey that they filled out showed that they basically had no promotional tactics. Everything was basically a 1 or 2 on a score, you know, that they had. So they're very antsy to get started with this. The main thing that they wanted to do is you check in 3 times, you get 30% off, and they don't really care how much you do it. They just want people to start coming in. They want more students coming in, because it's in an awkward spot. It's on Walnut Street, so it's not on our main street, so not a lot of people know to go there. They don't really know. They like the store, they always hear about it, but they never just stop by because it's not really convenient. So, and some other challenges to get to the 15 points is say what your favorite brand is, because they have a lot of higher end brands there. Just to add points to get to 15, so either way you can get 30% off.
Okay, Trisha and I got Connie and Frank's. And they're just right on High Street, and we did 4 different challenges. If you buy $100 worth of clothing, you get 5 points. If you spend $50 on clothing, you get 3 points. The owner wanted to do a strike a pose, which is take a picture of your favorite outfit. We're also talking about doing something maybe with their wedding. They have a wedding boutique that's separate, so we're gonna try and get stuff from the wedding boutique up. And then there's a check-in for 1 point. And then the discount is $15 off if you for both your next purchase if you have 25 points or more.
And she was very happy to help us.
Yeah. And we're working on more rewards and more challenges, but we were a little bit limited because we just signed them up.
Some promotional tactics that we're doing. Once we get all the businesses situated, I mean, they're all signed up now, but they actually want to get going with them still starting. And those semesters ending, but I still want to keep going with them, because these are businesses that want more students to come in. They want more residents to come in. So I tell them, you know, I'm just going to do more things like Twitter. I'm going to promote them, just say, hey, stop by here, use Scavenger, get this many points, you get this amount percentage off. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with Scavenger and the businesses to help gain more revenue for them. I also wanted to just make little flyers. I mean, even if it's just the little scavenger things to stick in their window. I mean, just so people know the name scavenger, so they know to even sign up, or what it is, because they probably heard about it, but they don't really know anything about it. And what we did for our extra credit is the word of mouth. We just went around instead of getting a booth in the mountain there. But all three of us, and then Kevin came along too. But we're in Greek, so then we went around to each, sorority, fraternity house that we were home and answered. And we just kind of were like, hey, like, here's scavenger. I think you should sign up for this. And we kind of explained what it was. And some were like, I don't really want to use the space on my phone. And some were like, okay, I'm going to sign up. So that's another way to get it kind of, through the system. I mean, it's going a little slowly because, only 7% of all WV students are Greek. But, it's a start somewhere. So, they'll spread the word other places too. But once we use more promotional, like Facebook and Twitter, people actually understand, like, you can actually get rewards and discounts. Unlike Foursquare, you just check in and it's kind of pointless. So scavenger will definitely benefit them in the long run. So we want to kind of get that out there.
Okay, we ran across a few challenges, mostly at the beginning of the project. The four of us are very busy, so we all have jobs. Well, Kevin and I have jobs. So it was really hard for the four of us to be able to get together and meet with all the clients at the same time. So we kind of ended up going kind of like
on our separate ways.
Separate ways.
Yeah.
Some of us partnered up and some of us went by ourselves. But another thing was a lot of businesses were uncertain. Like when I went to Slug Indulgence and they said they've been in business for 28 years and the reason that they're still in business is because they're so particular about what they do with their business and what kind of brands they put with it. But she was a little mean. But other than that, people were pretty nice if they didn't want to do it. They kind of just said that it was mostly if it was new. A lot of older people that own the businesses around here didn't. Old ways, and they didn't want to have anything with social media because they didn't really know what social media was even to begin with.
Yeah.
So it was hard for us to sell that to them because they didn't understand what social media is to begin with. So that was probably one of the hardest things. And then another thing was getting a hold of the owners because most owners in retail aren't actually in the boutique or in the store at all times.
And kind of added on to selling the product, a lot of small businesses are, family run. They've been in it around, like we've said, for years. And, it's hard with that new generation. They don't really have that, spark in their business that can help them take them to the next level. They think, oh, I'm doing fine right now. But, really, there could be so much more added to their company. So that was one of the difficulties there, trying to convince them. But overall, using Scavenger to obtain these clients was, a real skill builder for us. It allowed us to, basically put what we've learned here in the School of Journalism and in this class more specifically, taking our PR skills, taking, up to the next level marketing, all the promotions, all that stuff. And just, paying attention to fine details, trying to get our stuff out there. A lot of it went into it. Everybody, had their own stuff, and not to put our group, differently, but I think we might have had a little bit more difficulty with that generation gap there. That's what it was hard to try to, bridge the connection together between the two ideas. In the future, we still want to work with these businesses because, it could potentially land us, good reference letters. It could potentially land us, jobs in the future as well. Who knows? The possibilities are endless with this. By maintaining these relations with these clients, it opens up plenty of doors for not only us, but, Scavenger and even the School of Journalism and WVU. And overall, it was just a great experience, just like I said, getting to use our PR skills, hands-on service learning, and that's what it was all about. So, thank you guys, and yeah.